Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Erica Lopez. Crews continue to work tirelessly across the western slope to put out fires that have torched thousands of acres of land. Among the ones actively burning tonight is the South Rim fire at the Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park. As of right now, it's 21% contained. Fire officials say they're still several weeks from full containment. It's burned more than 4,000 acres near Montrose County, forcing dozens of people out of their homes. 9 News reporter Shalima Maharaj spoke with a couple that actually lives less than a mile from that fire. Shalima.
Yeah, Karen and Philip Lee were forced to evacuate very early on. They had little more than half an hour to decide just what to take and what to leave behind. And yesterday, after more than a week away from home, they got to go back.
You grow where you're planted, and we have grown here.
Karen and Philip Lee have been here for the past 14 years. Their slice of heaven.
We feel like we're on vacation every day.
That sits less than a mile from Black Canyon of the Gunnison.
We're the last house before you get to the park.
They were 3 hours away, camping in West Cliff, when the South Rim fire began.
We started getting texts and calls. The people that were around us camping that we didn't even know helped us pack up. We were on the road, in 15 minutes?
By the time they got home, they could see the smoke rising.
4 friends came up and they loaded up their cars with file cabinets, passports, that kind of thing that we knew we couldn't probably do without. We went from one house to another house to another house.
They were able to keep an eye on things from where they were. Philip redirected a couple of security cameras towards the canyon and to the west. And what they saw were firefighters cutting trees on their property down to size.
They took all our furniture off the deck and put it out in the yard, and they were apologetic for that. We were like, whatever you need to do, we're good with.
They're home now and filled with a lot of gratitude. Their log house was somehow untouched by the flames.
God took care of us, and he's taking care of all our neighbors and friends that are down in the park that's just 2 miles away. I mean, they are all safe too.
Well, the Lees tell me a lot of their belongings are still packed up and ready to go in case the situation does change. Of course, they hope that is not going to be the case. In studio, Shalima Maharaj, 9 News.
Shalima, thank you so much for your reporting tonight. We do have an update on 2 other wildfires burning right now in our state. Crews are making progress on the Sobelly fire in Montrose County. It is now 66% contained. It started because of lightning 9 days ago. It's burned around 2,300 acres. About 100 firefighters are working to contain the Cottonwood Flat Fire in Garfield County. It's burned about 300 acres between Parachute and Rullison, just a little bit south of I-70. It's now 35% contained. Xcel Energy crews are on the scene. They're dealing with damaged power lines. The Grand Valley Fire Protection District is asking people who live in the area right now to limit their water use over the next 24 hours. This is to ensure that there is enough water for fire crews. Meteorologist Corey Rappenhagen tracking your forecast across the state. As far as fire danger is concerned, are we going to be in better shape tomorrow for firefighters, Corey?
Well, the weather has been kind of cooperating with firefighters that are actively fighting those fires, but the heat and dry conditions will continue. So we'll have to watch and see how fire danger reacts to that. But at least we did not see any big fire activity or big plumes of smoke from any of those fires today. So that's good news. Here's the temperatures reported across the area today. It was a hot one out there on the western slope, 95 in Grand Junction, 88 in Eagle, 89 in Montrose. 92 was the official high temperature in Denver, and Baca County coming in with the hot spot for the state with a 99-degree temperature. A very calm night here. Flags are not even moving here in downtown Denver. It's 77 degrees, 68 at the airport right now. A few showers across the area. These are moving their way across the state line right now. No severe weather. We had some pretty big raindrops along Highway 85 south of Greeley, but that storm is starting to dissipate as well. We've got this forecast for you tomorrow. Quite a bit of sunshine early on. The temperatures should rise a little bit quicker than they did today. 93 is again the forecast high temperature. We'll see some clouds and some thunderstorms in the area, but only a 15% isolated chance. And here are the temperatures across the rest of the area tomorrow. Another super hot day for us, Erica.
Oh yeah, we're smack dab in July with those high temps, Corey. Thank you so much. A 12-year-old boy has died after being hit while riding his scooter in Aurora. This happened near Chambers and Iliff. Aurora police say the boy was in a marked crosswalk. They say a 19-year-old driver, quote, was not paying attention. He hit the boy who died at the hospital this evening. Charges are expected. Neither person right now is being publicly identified. Down at Lake Pueblo State Park, a woman in her 40s died in a boating accident. CPW officials are not saying much, only that she, quote, made contact with the engine propeller of a motorized boat. That incident right now is under investigation. We have new details tonight about the driver of a car that crashed into people outside of a club in LA last night. We know that 30 people were hurt. LAPD says all of them are expected to survive. The driver, though, is now being identified as Fernando Ramirez. Police say he was kicked out of that club 8 minutes before ramming the car into the crowd of people.
It's crazy because people everywhere laying down, cautious, people bleeding out and stuff.
The nightclub Vermont Hollywood said in a statement they're working closely with law enforcement. The driver is expected to face a long list of charges. On Monday, the trial will resume for an Aurora dentist accused of poisoning his wife to death in 2003. James Craig's murder case has drawn international attention. During the first week of testimony, the jury heard from his daughters. They remember their mother, Angela, as happy and very active in her final months. They were making plans to renovate an old home together. The daughter, who we are not identifying, also said after her mother died, her father said that he hoped there would not be an autopsy. The jury has also heard about James Craig's Google searches for is arsenic detectable and his Amazon purchases for potassium cyanide. His attorneys have tried to create reasonable doubt. During opening statements, they seem to suggest that Angela may have taken her own life. They claim she was broken by her husband's cheating and her desire to stay married.
You may not think he's a good husband, but that's not what you're here to decide. You're here to decide whether or not the prosecution has proven the elements.
The trial of James Craig will resume 8:30 Monday morning. It's scheduled to last for another 2 weeks. Police in Castle Rock are looking for more information about a shooting at an apartment complex early this morning. Happened about a mile north of the outlets. Police say there was a fight in the apartment parking lot. One person was shot, 2 others were injured during the fight. All 3 are expected to be okay. If you know anything, you're asked to call Castle Rock Police. Tonight in Aurora, survivors of the 2012 theater shooting will gather to mark 13 years since the tragedy. 13 of our neighbors were killed, 12 people and an unborn baby. 70 others were hurt. Each year at midnight on July 20th, a group gathers at the Waterwise Garden near Alameda and Chambers, where white crane statues now stand. They've been a symbol of hope and healing for other grieving communities. The 720 Foundation started in the aftermath of the theater shooting. They now mail origami cranes with words of support to other communities that experienced tragedy. Tonight's event is open to the public. We will be there and we will bring you more on the memorial tomorrow morning on 9 News.